The time, Jeanette, is 7:03. There are 6 members, council present, a quorum is established. I call this meeting to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Dr. King, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good to see so many folks here tonight. We appreciate everybody coming to take part in your local government and the discussions we are having. Our first item on the agenda tonight is public comment. We have Mr. Max Lundergan here. And Max, if you would like to come up to the microphone, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you. Floor is yours. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. My name is Max Lundergan. My family owns property here in downtown Mount Sterling on Queen and Locust Street. And I'm here today to talk about Court Day and the proposal to exclude Locust Street and a portion of Queen Street from the festival list. My parents are Tom and Lynn Lundergan. My mom's here today. And they started coming to Court Days and working over 50 years ago, I believe. My mom's on 54. And so quite some time. And my brothers, my sister, we've worked Court Days our entire lives. You may have seen us down there flipping pork chops and ham sandwiches with crazy pork chop people. And needless to say, Court Day is very important to us. And I'm speaking on behalf of business and property owners and members of the community to express serious concern with the proposal to exclude Locust and a portion of Queen Street. This will drastically change the fabric of Court Day. There will be significantly less foot traffic, less vendors will come, both locally and out of state, and it will affect the livelihood of my family personally and other owners and vendors in the area. And, you know, it's important, this is very important and will have an impact on local business. There will be less people, like I said, coming from out of state, and less people at the hotels, restaurants, going to the stores. And this is out-of-state money. For example, I have vendors that come from New York, Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and plenty from other counties in the state of Kentucky. And personally, we buy all our product locally. So we go down to the Save-A-Lot. Doug in the butcher shop, he's helped us for many years. It helps us save a lot. Employees get their holiday bonuses and everything like that. We use local bread distributors, local plumbers for any issues, local electricians, and any general supplies we need is bought here in Montgomery County. And that goes the same for many of my vendors. This will be significantly reduced with this proposal to eliminate Locust and Queen Street. Court Day is also important for the heritage of this city. It's what people think of when you mention Mount Sterling. And it brings people from other states, like I mentioned, and parts of the Commonwealth to see what we're about here in this community. It's important for community building, and if you all don't mind, I'd like to read a text from one of my vendors, a man named Dan. He's from upstate New York. As you know, people from New York tend to look down on us here in Kentucky a little bit. But he has some nice words to say. He said, "Hey Max, I got home last night. Just wanted to say thank you for allowing us to come down and enjoy the activities. Everyone we met was so friendly. We all enjoyed the town and the event and look forward to next year." And that's just one small sentiment from a man from upstate New York, praising this small town community and the state of Kentucky. It's very important. My family's here tonight to show our concern. 2 brothers, my girlfriend, and my mother. And we just want to show our commitment to help the city grow and not shrink Court Day. It's very, very important to us and members of the community. We want to help in any way that we can, whether that's potentially financially, logistically, with Wi-Fi, bathrooms, anything we can help do to just make Court Days better instead of shrink it. And that's not just us, that's also other property owners and business owners here on Locust Street and Queen Street and in downtown Mount Sterling. But we can't do this unless Locust and Queen Street is open and is part of the festival and the city sells spaces in City Lot Number 1. In order to A, get revenue from the spaces and sell to vendors and just get cash right there. And B, work together to create a better festival feel, so to speak, which is what we all want. We want Court Days to thrive. And we want it to be safer, better, and go for another 250 years, because it's one heck of a run. So in conclusion, I just want to thank you all for your time. And my family, local business owners, landowners, we hope to work together with everybody in the city and leadership to protect Court Days, our own personal livelihoods, and the heritage of this city and county, because that's what Court Days is all about. Thank you all.
Thank you, Max. I appreciate your comments. The next Court Day planning meeting is March 3rd at 11 a.m., so any members of the public are welcome to be there. Max, I know your family always attends. Lynn, you're always a regular. I appreciate that feedback. And any council members who wish to attend. I know a couple of you are on that committee. So just like we're trying to figure out things in the community regarding revenue streams, we're trying to figure out Court Day too. And Court Day is costing this city a lot of money. So we're bouncing a lot of ideas out there, and there's a lot of discussions to be had. So Max, I appreciate your feedback. We had a good phone call the other day. I hope we got a better understanding of each other after that food. I appreciate where you're coming from. I hope you can appreciate where the city's coming from. We're just trying to make this the best festival that we can. So hope to see you on March 3rd at 11 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, thank you all very much. Any questions from council? Okay, next we have Miss Beth Ellis, Director of CASA, that's Court-Appointed Special Advocates for Children of the Gateway Region. Beth, welcome.
Well, there went all the cards. Sorry, I went to fiscal court first, now I'm here, so,
Save the best for last.
That's right,
That's right.
don't tell them that. I'm gonna give this to you guys just to pass down, if that's okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Just make an impression everywhere I go. Well, thank you all for having me. My name is Beth Ellis. I'm the Executive Director for CASA, which is Court-Appointed Special Advocates. CASA of the Gateway Region serves Brown, Bath, Menifee, Montgomery, Carter, Elliott, Morgan, and Boyd counties. We have been serving Montgomery County now for 2 years, and just like a good strategic plan, we had really good intention on coming here and within the first 6 months of opening our doors, and then we actually expanded. So it is part of my duties as the Executive Director to make communities aware of, one, why are we here? So what's the purpose of our mission? But two, how can the community get involved with our mission? The sheet that I gave you guys, you can see here that in our region in 2025 alone, that there were 487 petitions of child abuse and neglect filed. 72 of those came from Montgomery County. What I know about Montgomery County, because I'm a Round County girl, that's where I grew up, is that Montgomery County is exceptional in rallying around their community members and specifically their children. So I think it's very important that we highlight the issues that are happening with kids that your children go to school with, that your children go to church with, that you all have in your neighborhood. It is a problem, but there is a solution. So one way that community members can get involved with our mission is that they can become a CASA volunteer. So what does that person do? We have a variety of volunteers with many different backgrounds. I have retired KSP, I have teachers, I have retired nurses, I have a plethora of backgrounds. But the one thing that all of them have in common is that they want to make an impact on a child's life. So these people are trained, they come to us, we put them through training to become a CASA volunteer. At that point then, they are appointed a case, and they follow that child or children, the sibling set that's in that case, until that child reaches a safe and permanent home. Sometimes that's 6 months, sometimes that's 4 years, we don't know. But we do know is that children that have a CASA volunteer experience less placement disruption. So instead of moving from foster home to foster home to foster home, which you can imagine, as a child or as anybody, that would be an extremely traumatizing experience. So they experience less of that and they achieve permanency faster. So either they are returned back home to their parents, or they are adopted, or the CASA volunteers help identify family members that may be able to care for that child. We are not attorneys, we are not social workers, we are a very unique player in the courtroom, and we actually, at times, know maybe more about that child. We're spending a lot of time with those kids. It's a 1-to-1 ratio where that CASA volunteer only is concerned with that one child, whereas a social worker may have 30 or 40 or 50 children on their caseload, and we definitely collaborate with them. You guys, especially in Montgomery County, have exceptional social workers. I just want you guys to know that. So this is a very unique volunteer opportunity. It can be difficult, but I promise you that the reward is substantial. I mean, when you see that a child's life has been changed by little effort that you have put in, I don't know what gets much better than that. So I want the community to be aware that these opportunities exist. I want to talk to you. Let me take you to coffee. Let me, talk to you more about it. I'm going to leave my information for anybody that may want it. And two, when you guys see fundraising events for us, all of that money goes directly into servicing the children in this region and getting them CASA volunteers. We are a nonprofit, so we survive on grants and fundraising. So if you guys see something that CASA, the Gateway region, is hosting, just know that it is for a good cause. And we would love to sit and talk with any council members or audience members if you guys have any questions, maybe after that we can answer for you. But I appreciate you all letting me come in today, and hopefully in the next year I can come in here and tell you how many more kids in Montgomery County that we've served.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beth, and
Thank you guys.
if you're ever in town, stop by City Hall, we have coffee on, love to have a conversation.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
anytime. Okay, next is discussion of ordinance 16690, that is the restaurant tax that we had talked about, short title of that, restaurant tax that we had talked about during the previous forum. So I just wanted to update council of where we were at, kind of with those discussions. Some of you were not able to make it because of your jobs, you understand that. We had two forums today. The first one is on the website. I was able to load that before the second forum, so you can go back and look at that tonight. I'll try to get to work on loading that second forum up just so that you're able to go and look at those comments and receive that feedback. I just wanted to kind of give you an update of where I sit, the information that I've received. I know you all are receiving information and input from the public. I've had one phone call to City Hall. I've had 7 emails. I forwarded all those to you. Those were 3 for and 4 against. During the forum this morning, no one spoke up in favor of a raise in the restaurant tax. 4 spoke against it. Several were neutral. In the forum this evening, I counted 3 for and 7 against. I've heard from 4 restaurants. They're all against it. And that's kind of the feedback I've received. I've had, and then a lot of just inquiries, people just wanting to know more. So I'm sure you all have kind of received that too. I didn't know if you all had anything that you wanted to ask about or share or feedback that you've received. But I did invite a guest because everybody's tired of hearing me talk. I invited Bert May, who was the individual who put his signature on 16690, the mayor in 1990, and served for, is it 16 years, Bert? 13, okay. But he knows a lot about this and the originations of the tax, and Bert was kind enough to come tonight and just wanted to share a little bit of information. So, Bert, welcome. And I also had the buildings named after Bert, so it's something pretty special.
Thank you. I'm very honored.
Yes.
Yeah, in 1990, the council, of course, there was restaurant taxes was available to cities of the 4th and 5th class to be used for recreation and tourism. And the council assessed our needs at the time as recreation. So we proceeded to discuss and had a first reading on the ordinance, which was introduced at 3%, by the way. And I want to apologize to you all right now for putting you in this position, because to appease the restaurants that complain so much, we ended up putting it on at 2%. And we really should have gone ahead and done it at 3 at the time, but we didn't. And the restaurant people, their biggest opposition was they said that it was going to kill the restaurant business. Well, of course, not knowing what it was going to generate, we collected it for a year before we built Easy Walker Park. And based on the receipts that we collected for a year, we knew what we could spend, what we could use to retire a bond issue in 20 years. that go on. So that's what we did. But we collected $220,000 the first year. And if you apply the consumer price index to that, it would be $532,000.